everybody. How you doing? I opened up the text chat. Just do me a favor. Let us know what city you're logging in from. Hey, Karina, how are you? Go ahead and let me know if you can hear me. Just let me know where you're logging in from. I like to see which cities everybody's in. Pennsylvania. Lots of people in the United States. I see people in Germany. I see people. Let me see some of the other flags around the world here. Obviously, mostly in the United States. I see people from Britain. I see people from Canada, which is my home country. I see people from Ireland. I see people from France. Wow. Germany, all over the place. Kenya, Washington, Brooklyn, New York. Paul from Paul Billings. Well, that's interesting. Paul from Paul Billings. That's awesome. New York. Hey, guys, how you doing? Guys, I'm just going to say hello for a minute or two. As you know, a lot of people log in the next minute or so, and then we'll get started with the PowerPoint. Once I get started, I'm going to turn off the text chat for a little bit because it always distracts me. My eyes always end up going to the text chat, and I just get discombobulated. So I compiled the most common questions so far, and we're going to go over those. And then at the end of the PowerPoint, which should only take me 15 or 20 minutes, then we'll get into some other questions that you might have and stuff like that. Does that sound fair, guys? So yeah, I'm going to turn off the text chat in about 1 minute, and then we'll get started in 1 minute. We got Mike Potvin here. Guys, incredible conversions. We're holding at about a 46% conversion rate from pre-enrolled to paid. And thank you. You guys are seeing the vision. GotBackUp is a digital product that has become higher and higher and higher in demand. Paper's going away. Yellow pages are going away. Everybody's using digital media, and that's what GotBackUp is all about, protecting your family legacy with a global opportunity. So just wanted to welcome. So those, well, yeah, let's just get started. I tend to get overexcited, guys. I tend to talk fast sometimes. This webinar is being recorded. Yeah, Karina, you can. So I'm going to turn off the text chat because see, a very great question came in. Can I use it on my cell phone too? Yes, you can. But again, see, I get all discombobulated. So I've turned off the text chat for now, guys, just so that I can get through the PowerPoint with my good friend and trusted partner, Mike Potvin here. And like I said, we're going to go through the common questions and then we'll open it up after. So there was a really common question, guys, which is, who the heck are we? What do we do? And I get that. You know, are you working with a startup out of the basement? We were at one time. Are you working with a company that's been around a while? Are you working with a bunch of shysters? Or are you working with a company that cares about people and really cares about people's success? And so that was the first question. And so I want to officially introduce myself. My name's Joel Tarrant. I'm president and CEO of GotBackUp. And you'll come to see in the next slide, our parent company is GVO, or a company called Global Virtual Opportunities. Mike, why don't you introduce yourself? He's our marketing director. Over to you, bud.
Yeah, thanks, Joel. Mike Potvin from Gatineau, Quebec, Canada.
Moi aussi.
Hey?
I said moi aussi. My French is getting worse, so we've been living in Texas too long. That was French, folks, for me too. But sorry, bud. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. That question gets brought up a lot as well. Who we are, where we've come from, a little bit of our background. But yeah, we've been in the game a long time and offering great services for decades now. And so yeah, we've been around a long while.
Without aging ourselves, right? We're still 21 in our hearts, right, buddy?
I'd like to believe so, yes.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll continue with the presentation. Thanks for the intro, Mike. So who are we? Our parent company, Global Virtual Opportunities. I started in Ottawa, Canada, folks, in 1997. And had 2 years of massive failure online. I'll get into that in a little bit. But then we started to see some massive success. And what happened was in Gatineau, Quebec, Canada, where Mike just referenced, we had our first data center. And we saw some massive success with our first version of our conference room, which you're actually in right now. And it did so well, we ate up all the bandwidth in the city that we were living in, literally. So we're like, oh boy, what do we do? So we decided, keeping the long story short, to move to San Antonio, Texas, because there's tons of fiber optics in this city. Rackspace is here. Microsoft has a data center here. Toyota has a data center here. Valero has a data center here. It's a really good high-tech city in combination with Austin, which is just north of us. So we moved on June 14th, Mike and I, both our families, We moved to San Antonio, Texas, and bought a building just north of San Antonio in Schertz, Texas. So I actually live in Schertz. Mike lives in a neighboring city called Cibolo. So our data center is just under 10,000 square feet. We are completely debt-free. The building that we're in right now is paid for. And by the way, guys, if I get a little nervous, it's because we are doing this webinar in a massive storm right now. You can see it's supposed to be daylight. It looks more like nighttime. So I always get a little stressed.
Although we're exactly. Although we're totally redundant. It
still stresses you out a little bit.
Oh, heck yeah.
You know? So that's our actual, in this picture is our actual server room. The other picture is our actual building. And this building is 100% paid for. We're a completely debt-free company. And just GotBackUp, which we're going to talk to you about today, is one of our products that we have. Okay. We're not going to get into the other products because everybody's interested in GotBackUp, but we wanted to let you know, despite this being a new product and a new opportunity, we have been around for a very, very long time. We pay people like clockwork. Do issues happen? All the time. If issues happen, Mike and I shoot a video saying, hey guys, this happened or that happened, and this is how we're correcting it, because it's in technology, right? It's very dynamic. Mm-hmm. But by and large, we always pay people like clockwork on Fridays, and we're here to help you. We're here to help you succeed, and that's our number one goal. So let's move forward. That's a little bit on who we are. Now, one of the most important things, Mike, why don't you pop that link in the text chat for everybody, and we'll go through this together, is how does the comp plan work? So go ahead and pop that in.
Hang on. Yeah. One second.
Problem.
I'm on my way.
No worries. See, I get overexcited, guys. Sorry.
Here we go.
Voila. All right, guys. So if you want, you can click on that link and we'll go through it with you, but I'm also going to pull it up here. So let me go and pull up the PDF here. Okay.
Beautiful.
So you can either follow along in your browser or just follow along here. So you get paid in 3 ways. Okay. And I'm going to do my best to answer every aspect of the question. And by the way, some of you are saying, well, why isn't this in your members area? Like, why are you kind of like behind the gun? We're behind the gun because we were only supposed to launch initially today, and then things got leaked. The whole system exploded on Monday. And so that's why we're behind the gun. So by early next week, all the valid and very important questions will be found on your website and or in the members area. Okay. So you get paid in 3 ways: direct commissions, check matching commissions of 25%, and binary of 25% for a total payout of 75%. Okay. That's how the matrix or the binary. So we are a hybrid of a binary, a binary, which means 2. Okay. But we're also a matrix because you get paid on levels. A binary, you get paid on volume. A matrix, you get paid on levels. So we do a combination of both, and we're going to go through some of that with you today. So let's talk first about a little bit about the power line. Okay. A lot of questions about the power line. What is the power line? I'm going to say it and sum it up in a nutshell. The power line will work for you if you work the power line. Okay. The power line shows people how the company is doing as a whole. And of course, when people, your prospects, log into the power line and they see how many people are becoming paid members, that gets them to take action and become a paid member. So again, if you don't introduce anybody to the power line, which is free, okay, I'm not going to be what you'll see from Mike and I is we tell you the absolute truth. Okay. If you do nothing, can you make an income? Yes, you can make a full-time income in the binary itself. Okay. No qualifications are needed at all. However, will you see success? Probably not. Anybody ever see that movie Dumb and Dumber where Jim Carrey says, okay, Mary, give it to me. What are the chances of you and I getting together? So she says, not very good. And he's like, give it to me straight, Mary. What are the chances of you and I getting together? She's like, 1 in a million. Then he goes, so are you telling me I have a chance?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And that's the truth. Okay, guys, we tell the truth. If you do not work this, if you cannot get somebody to opt in to the GotBackUp tour page, can you be successful? Yes. What is it? but the same chances of you dating Mary, 1 in 1 million. Okay. And just being brutally honest with you. So the power line works if you work the power line. Let me open up the text chat. Do you guys understand that? Put a yes in the text chat. The power line works for you if you work the power line. Got it?
Absolutely.
Do nothing, make nothing. Do nothing, make nothing. Okay?
Yes.
Can you make money? Yes. 1 in a million, folks. Okay, awesome. We'll turn off the text chat, get back to more questions in a few minutes. Okay? I'm glad you guys are on the same page. Okay? This is still a very, very easy business to do. Okay? So let's move away from the power line and talk to you about how you get paid. So on a monthly subscription, obviously not the yearly subscription, on the monthly subscription of $9.97, we're paying you 200% commissions up front to the direct sponsor. Okay. Why are we doing that? We know it takes work to get sales. So we're going to pay you handsomely for acquiring a new customer. Okay. Then every month after that, you get paid 25% on all your direct sales. Okay. So if I refer Mike, I'm going to get 25%. If I refer 10 people, I'm going to get 25% of their product fee or 25% of the $9.97. Okay. That is how the first payment happens. So as you can see, the more people you refer into the tour, which is very easy to do, the more potential income you're going to make. Okay. Does that make sense so far, Mikey?
Absolutely.
Okay. And again, guys, we'll open it up for questions in a little bit. All right. So how does the matching check work? Well, the matching check works in that every person that you refer, you're going to make a 25% matching check of what they make. So if I referred Mike into the system and Mike makes $1,000 on his own, I'm going to make a 25% matching check of what he makes, or $250.
Absolutely huge.
Okay. So you refer 10 people, you refer 20 people, you refer 100 people, you refer 2 people. It doesn't matter. You're going to get a 25% matching check of what they make. Does everybody understand that? Let me open up the text chat. Yes. All your direct referrals, whatever money they make, you make 25% of what they make. So if someone makes $1,000, you get $250. If somebody makes $2,000, you get $500. Okay. Very simple compensation plan, but very powerful compensation plan. Okay. Now, the big part. Welcome to our binary residual commissions. Okay. There are absolutely no qualifications. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Give me a sec. There we go. Okay. So I did it again. Sorry, guys. I don't know how to use our own software here. There we go. And this is what I want to do. Okay, here we go. So in addition to the 25% direct and the 25% matching check, once a month we run binary commissions. Binary commissions creates a cycle when you have 2 on one side, 4 on the other. The only binary qualification you need is be an active paying member of GotBackUp. There are absolutely no other qualifications. So I know a lot of people said, hey, Joel, if I do nothing, how much money can I make? Well, on paper, because there's no qualification for the binary, if you have a super recruiter above you and they build your whole downline for you, you can make unlimited income on paper. Okay. But nothing equals nothing, more than likely, right, guys? So maintain your monthly membership. There's no qualifications to earn in the binary. 4 on one side, 2 on the other is what creates a cycle. How much do you get paid per cycle? It varies every single month, dependent upon the profitability of the company, which comes out to a total payout of between 70 and 75% total in commissions. So there's a leeway of 5%, again, depending on how profitable we are that month. Okay. Does it, let me see, let me come down. I hope that makes sense, guys. So the key, and we're coming out with a new video just on the binary that will be ready early next week, and that will explain it to you as well. Okay. So does everybody understand that you get 4 people on one side, 2 on another, it creates a cycle, and how much you get paid per cycle varies every single month depending on the profitability of the company. Does everybody understand that? And do understand that if you get massive spillover, you can make money in the binary, but there's multiple pay lines than just one. No. Power leg, short leg, Bruce. Power leg, short leg. Conventional buyer, 2-4, 2-4, 2-4. Every time you have 2 and 4 in one leg or the other, so the short leg is the pay leg, okay? Let me go one slide back. Let me see. Okay, this is the one slide back, Bruce. So again, what we say here is a pay line is just your direct referrals. You get 25% of whatever they make. So if you have somebody here, this is Mike down here underneath me. I'm going to back up a bit. He's creating his own new matrix. You get basically paid 25% of that matrix that he creates. Now you got somebody, you're here and somebody over here. They build their own matrix. You get 25% of that matrix, right? Yeah, the power leg is the one you want to build yourself. Okay? Yeah, we have to change the graphics a little bit. So does that make sense, guys? There's you, then there's other people in your binary, and every time you have a new direct referral, you get 25% of that system because it was your direct referral. Right, guys? So as you can see, we really, well, actually, I've got some other slides that will hone in on this. Okay, guys? So binary qualifications. So any direct sales that you bring in and are active, go in your holding tank. We're going to explain that in a little bit later, okay? So again, just coming back to the start of this, 3 ways you get paid. Direct commissions, 25%. Matching check, 25%. Binary, 20 to 25%, okay? Yeah, exact, Bruce. 25% to infinity on every personal. Exactly right, okay? Exactly right. So let's come back to the presentation for now. The other presentation, I mean. Here we go. This, whoop. Okay, so we went over that, guys, which is great. So let's continue forward. And again, so I'm going to turn off the text chat again for now, guys. Let's continue to move forward on some other things. So how does the holding tank work? Well, if you log into your members area, on the left-hand side, you'll see My Business. And then under that, you'll see My Downline, okay? In that downline section. Now, I couldn't find a screenshot to show you. I have a demo account, but there's nobody in that demo account. And for obviously privacy policy issues, I couldn't log into somebody's account and show you how it works. We will work on another slide in the coming days. We'll make a fake downline, a fake power line, so that we can demonstrate to you the visual components of how the power line works and how everything works. But basically, this is how it works. When you click on My Downline, anybody that you referred who paid from the power line, you'll see them there. And it'll say, your power line paid members. And then Wednesday night on the cutoff night, and by the way, guys, there was some confusion. Our team actually did a cutoff on Tuesday. It was supposed to be Wednesday. It was just miscommunication with the dev team. We just did another cutoff now. Cutoffs are going to happen Wednesday night, 11:59 p.m. In other words, just at the stroke of midnight, okay? At the stroke of midnight, people will move from your power line into your holding tank. From your holding tank, you can then place people anywhere you want to in your matrix. So again, build out that power line leg. Right? Build the one leg. That's what we advise. And again, we'll show that to you in a video early next week. You place people in your power line, okay? And you can do that yourself. If you do not place people within 36 hours after moving from the power line into your holding tank for placement, the system will automatically place them from left to right, top to bottom, in the next available position, highest to the matrix, okay? So again, let me repeat that again. Wednesday night at midnight, people will move from your power line, paid power line, into your holding tank. From your holding tank, you can place them in your binary anywhere that you want to. If you don't place them within 36 hours, then the system will automatically place them from left to right, top to bottom. Does that make sense, guys? Just a yes in the text chat, please.
We.
On the power line, on the holding tank we're talking about. Okay, makes sense. So that gives you the power to build the matrix how you see fit. Okay, awesome. Good stuff. Everybody's following along. That's great. So, question that came from a lot of new people. What do I say to pre-enrolls when they opt in? It's important just to be you, okay? So, as an example, hi, I'm Joel Terrian. I'm your sponsor and GotBackUp. I joined in today's digital world because I see a value in the product. I can see how everywhere around the world would want to protect their family legacy, their family memories with a global opportunity. That's why I joined. I'm here to help you in any way you can, but always guide people towards seeing their power line. So the key link, viewmypowerline.com. If you send the people that have opted in already as a pre-enrollee, send them there, because from there, they can see how many people have upgraded, and that's what creates the sense of urgency. That's what creates the sense of a community, right? And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. By default, we are all sheep. We all like to do what other people are doing, right? If everybody's running in one direction, you think, oh my God, there must be some danger over on that side. And just by default, we run with the crowd. We don't all of a sudden run the other way. So when they see how well the company is doing, how many people are upgrading from the power line, they tend to upgrade. That's what the power line does for you. It increases conversions from a regular 2 to 3% to an unbelievable right now 46%. Now I expect that conversion to drop a little bit as time goes on, but in other words, almost 1 out of every 2 people that you introduce. Remember, if you introduce people to the power line through the GotBackUp tour, that's how the power line works for you. If you don't ever introduce anybody to the power line, which is free, chances are you're not going to do very well. Okay. And then so once you have leads in your power line, and you'll get notification of those leads, those pre-enrollees, reach out to them. Say hi, because they want to know that there's real people willing to work with them. Okay. Be yourself. I will add these ad copies into your members area today. Some simple ad copies on what you can say to people who pre-enroll. Okay. So it's just a very simple, keep it simple, and try to have some of your best contact information. So a good email, a good phone number. If you don't want to have your phone number, have your Skype, have your Telegram, have some way where those people can reach out to you. Okay. Very, very important. And the key call to action, just tell them to go look at their power line. They'll see the massive growth overall in their power line. And that's what will get them to make a buying decision. Okay. Let's move forward. So how often are commissions paid? Commissions are paid every Friday. If you are a new member, there's an initial lag because of our 30-day no questions asked refund policy. And guys, by the way, it truly is no questions asked. If people wake up on day 29 and the sky's not blue enough and they want a refund, it's amazing to me. Mike and I see this. We always see people putting in help desk ticket expecting a fight, well, you have to call this number and then that number, you have to call this number and then, oh, sorry, sir, let me transfer you over to this. We've all tried to cancel something, right? You want to cancel? Your account has been canceled and refunded. We hope to see you again in the future. Why? That's just good business. Sometimes people just aren't ready. And because we don't put up a fight in any way, shape, or form, guys, many people come back. Right, Mike?
Absolutely.
Hey, man, you guys really honored your refund policy. They just closed my account. I'm sorry. I just wasn't in the right headspace. I wasn't in the right time or place. I didn't understand everything. So that's why I canceled. But because you didn't fight with me, I'm back and I'm ready to go. Okay. So there's a bit of a lag because we got to wait for that refund policy to come to fruition. After that, you're paid every single week like clockwork on Fridays. Okay. We pay our commissions. Oh, by the way, binary commissions are calculated at the end of every month. So every fourth payment or once a month, you're going to see extra money come in from your binary cycles. Okay, guys. Now, let me say this. A lot of people are excited about the binary. The binary is a bonus. Why do I say that? Because it's only 20 to 25% of the total income, of which is only $9.97. Right, guys? So the binary, yes, if you build a huge downline, it could add up to 5 figures a month. But understand, the cycles might only be 30 cents each, 40 cents each. They could be as high as $2 each, maybe more. But it's just a small percentage of the overall compensation plan. So call it a bonus to yourself, a binary bonus, okay? A lot of companies that are pure binary, we're a hybrid of a matrix and a binary. If all the money, if 100% of the 997 went into the binary, then we might pay $10 per cycle. So does that, I hope that makes sense too, guys, is if let's say your regular commissions are $300, well, you might get a binary of an extra 150. Again, I'm just spitting out numbers. But because it's a small percentage of the overall comp plan, the binary is not going to be, in other words, all I'm saying is if you're making 300 a month, don't expect to make 30,000 a month just from the binary. Okay. If you're making 300 a month, you probably get another 100 to 150 bucks in the binary as a bonus at the end of every month, because it's a very small percentage of the overall compensation plan. Okay. We pay commissions through Payoneer. I have had a 20-year relationship with Payoneer. Okay. They've been great to me. I'll give you one example of how amazing they are to us. There was one time where something happened at our bank. So how we do things is we take revenue from our bank account, we send it over to Payoneer in one lump sum, and then Payoneer has an amazing system where we just upload our users and it divvies out the commissions to each person. One time, and like we like to pay on Fridays like clockwork, so usually we send the money from our bank account to Payoneer on Thursdays, and then in Friday morning, we see the money in Payoneer, and then we divvy out the commissions. For whatever reason, one time from our bank, it didn't show up in Payoneer, and we got into a panic. We were like, man, we always guarantee to pay on a Friday, but the money's not in Payoneer. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Payoneer, without question, and this is how strong the relationship had. They said, Joel, how much money we need? I said, I need $180,000. It didn't get transferred over. Okay, we'll spot you the money. We're like, wow. So that's the type of relationship. The only complaint I've ever had, okay, is when you're first setting up your Payoneer account, you need 2 IDs, not just 1, 2. Why? They want to make sure it's you. That's the only complaint I've had where people go, man, this Payoneer, they're really harsh on making sure it's really me. Yeah, they want to make sure it's really you. Now, if you live in some country, there's some countries where it's a little harder to get ID, or Payoneer doesn't work in those countries. Rest assured, we will pay you. It's your livelihood, and you will get paid. So other people, sometimes we pay through Wise. Some people, we send them a check, but we prefer Payoneer because it's seamless. We have an amazing relationship with them. And believe me, when you get paid on Friday, it gets instantly put into your bank account. Okay. So you get paid really, really quickly. And it's really, really good. And again, 1 to 2% of people, for whatever reason, can't use Payoneer. Don't worry. We work with people on a case-per-case basis. You will get paid. I don't care if you're in Ghana, Nigeria, if you're in the South Pole. We will make sure you get paid. Okay, guys? So this happened. Guys, again, we were not supposed to launch on Monday. It got leaked out, so there were some bugs in the system. Some of you got an email. I was missing a commission. And so where that happened from, GVO, the parent company, we have many retail products. We have more than just GotBackUp. Some of our other products that I don't want to talk about today have commission qualifications. So there was a bug in the system where some of you got an email that you missed a commission. That was just a bug. Our team forgot to turn off the qualifications for GotBackUp because there's absolutely no qualifications to get commissions. That bug has been fixed. Please do not worry. You did not miss any commissions. My apologies. Okay. So far, so good, guys. Everybody's following along. Just a yes in the text chat. You understand the compensation plan. You understand how we pay people. You understand a little bit more about us. Awesome, guys. Awesome. I'm really appreciating this. Okay. So let me move forward again. Okay. Big one that came up. Can I advertise through paid traffic and solo ads? 100%. You are an independent business owner of GotBackUp. The only thing you cannot do is spam the world or cross recruit. Okay. And what do I mean by that? If you are promoting other companies out there, go for it. I think there's plenty of abundant opportunity in the world. if you're promoting Mary Kay, if you're promoting Amway, if you're promoting Live Good, if you're promoting Melaleuca, go for it. Okay. If you're promoting us too, great. But what we don't do is don't go to some upline or crossline or somewhere and say, hey, do you want to join my Melaleuca business? Okay. No cross recruiting, no spamming. That's our only terms and conditions. You can promote whatever you want, and you can certainly buy trade traffic. However, okay, now I'm not going to bring this up today. We have some preferred traffic buyers and solo ad providers that we can provide you with in the future. Just be careful. And because we found that there are some solo ad providers out there who will do incentivized opt-in. So in other words, you pay them, and all of a sudden, my God, you got 130 opt-ins off your GotBackUp tour page. You're all excited because we see a 46% conversion. So let's use an even number. So if I brought in 100 leads, that means 50% of they're going to upgrade, and wow, I'm going to be rich. Be careful, because what a lot of these shysters do, and there's a lot of scammers out there, and I don't want to focus on the negative. I just want to make you aware. A lot of the solo ad providers will say, let's say I'm on some. So what is a solo ad provider? It's a guy who has a big newsletter list, a big email list. He'll send an email to his list on your behalf. The challenge with that, with a lot of them, is that they'll say something like, hey, Robert, I've got this new opt-in here, and if you go and opt in at GotBackUp Tour, I'm going to give you my home study course absolutely free. So what do? They can opt in because they want the home study course. That's what's called an incentivized opt-in. So they opted into your GotBackUp Tour for absolutely the wrong reason. So if there's a shyster that says, go opt in here and you'll get this for free, guess what? They're not interested in your GotBackUp business. So the 100 leads don't convert because they probably don't even log into their power line after that. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. So be very, very careful who you decide to advertise with. Okay. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot of amazing solo ad providers out there. We have some of our favorites. I'm not going to bring it up on this call because that's not the purpose of this call. But the purpose of this is you are absolutely free to advertise your business, buy traffic, or do solo ads. We have absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. Let's move on. What's our long-term vision? I always get emotional when I talk about this, guys, because for 2 years, back in 96, 97, I worked and I worked and I knew nothing about the internet. And I worked and I worked and I worked and I worked again. And every night at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd be like, fuck, excuse my language, but it's just the truth. This isn't working. There's no such thing as a guru. This is all BS. This doesn't work. I'm not making any money. And so I would shut down and say, I guess I got to get another job. I guess this isn't for me. I guess this isn't going to work for me. And then I wake up the next morning, and always in the morning, things are a little bit better. And I'm like, no, I want my legacy. I want my family freedom. I want to help other people. So after about 2 years, I finally bought a course from Corey Rudel on internet marketing. And it all focused on generate a pre-enrollee or generate a lead first without expectation. I bought that course, and believe me, guys, every day for 2 years, I would wake up in the morning, I would log into my merchant account, hoping I had a sale, hoping. And of course, I saw a big fat zero, and I'm like, work all day long, generate traffic, no sales. Wake up the next morning, no sales. After I learned the value of generating a pre-enrollee or a lead first, everything changed. One morning I woke up, rubbed my eyes, clicked my merchant account, boom. What? This can't be right. Somebody bought a domain name for $9.97. What? Are you kidding me? That was the happiest business day of my life by far, because I had my breakthrough. After 2 years, and the 2 years, it's not going to take you guys that long. I didn't know what I was doing. There was no conference rooms like this. There was only dial-up modems. There wasn't even pictures on websites because it took too long to download a picture. For any of you that are in our age range, I turned 50. Okay. So when that happened, and I had gotten down on my knees and prayed like, please, God, make this work for me. What am I doing wrong? I just spent $2,000 on this internet marketing course. Please make this work for me. And a few days later, I made that sale for $9.97. I made that promise that I will never, and I still have never forgotten that day, guys. It meant the world to me because I knew now I could do it and I could show other people how to do it. And I will never forget my humble beginnings. Almost $300 million in sales later, I will never, ever forget my humble beginnings. And in fact, even today, when we hit a threshold years ago of about 400 customers, I miss those days because those 400 customers, I could talk to each of them almost, on a weekly basis.
Yeah, it was very personal.
It was very personal. Want to get on the phone? Sure, give me a call. Obviously, we can't do that anymore because even if one person wanted 1 second of my time, 150 hours would be taken up. Okay. But as a whole, we're here to see your success. Okay. So we created GotBackUp purposely at a price point that anywhere in the world it is affordable. It is a product that is increasing in demand as more and more people now rely on digital data rather than paper. I worked really hard in ineffective ways to get my first sale for $9.97. I did the work, though. I did the work. I worked my butt off. Nothing plus nothing equals nothing. If you don't introduce free people into the power line, you're probably not going to see a whole lot of success. Okay. Nothing plus nothing equals nothing. Okay. So as an example, what if everybody had the attitude is, I'm not going to do nothing? What would happen? We wouldn't make one single sale. Not one. So rather than depending on leaders to build your team, become a leader. Do the work. So what if everybody does nothing, nothing happens? What if everyone does a little bit and gets at least one person a day to opt in for free at GotBackUpTour.com? Massive, explosive growth. The power line works for you if you work the power line. I can't say that enough. That's how it works. GotBackUp has broad appeal. It's like life insurance for people wish they had when something goes wrong. So how do you refer people? Ask yourself one simple question. Who would not want to protect themselves and 5 other family members of their data, their memories, and their family legacy for less than $10 a month? That's all you have to ask. When you introduce people to GotBackUp and the GotBackUp tour funnel, you're doing people a favor. Honestly. Okay. GotBackUp was originally designed. Let me share with you a true story. I was getting on the Marketer's Cruise, which is run by Mike Fulsheim. This was many, many, many years ago, probably 13 years ago or so. I had my laptop in my lap. I was going to go get my laptop bag. I don't need to have a visualize of that. I had my laptop bag with me. And for those of you who've ever been on a cruise, you give your stuff to a porter because they just want you partying and drinking like as soon as you get on the ship. And the porters bring your bags into your room. Long story short, in my laptop bag was my laptop and my external hard drive. Heck, I was backing up my stuff to my external hard drive. And on that laptop at that time, I had the pictures of my kids from birthing age to about age 4 or 5. All the pictures of my kids at that age. Long story short, an hour later, my main suitcase showed up in my cabin on the cruise ship. My laptop suitcase did not. Reached out to the corporate on the ship. They said, oh, give it another hour. Long story short, my laptop bag was stolen by somebody. It was stolen by somebody, which means I lost my external drive where I backed up everything, and I lost my computer. And therefore, I lost every single picture that I had of my children from birthing age to age 4 or 5. Had I had GotBackUp then, stored in a very secure 256 encrypted cloud, I wouldn't have lost any of it. Okay? So you can back up your computers and you can back up your devices. And again, digital media is just growing massively right now, guys. Absolutely massively. Okay? So that's it for the presentation. I hope you learned a little bit more about who we are, what we're doing, what our vision is. I want to help you build an amazing team. I'll open it back up now for any questions, guys. If you have individual questions like, hey, I can't see my downline in my members area or whatever, don't post those here. Our support team is absolutely amazing. Just in your members area at the top right, there's a support button. Click there, the team will help you. What you do is you create a folder. So again, this is an individual issue, Chris, but it's kind of global. It could be. You have to make sure that you create a sim link first. And then after you so in other words, after you download the software, you're going to click and it's going to ask you what folders you want to back up. So you have to initially do that. And then after you choose what folders you want to back up, then it will automatically start syncing those to the cloud. Okay. This is no, not at all. No. We are GotBackUp and our company is GVO.
Yes, Greg, somebody can just be a customer if they wish to. Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, yes. And that brings another valid question. I was on the phone with somebody either yesterday or the day before, and these are very valid questions. What happens if everybody just comes in as a reseller? Like for FTC and SEC regulations, are you going to be deemed a Ponzi scheme? Understand this, guys. We have way more products than GotBackUp. Okay. Without getting into this conference room that you are in right now, it's our product. We developed and built this software. We have way more customers using all our products than we have distributors. Okay. So does that make sense? We have way more customers than we do distributors.
Yeah.
We charge because that defines who's an affiliate and who's a customer, Gary, right? So if the FTC, SEC, any governing body comes to us, show us your customers, show us your affiliates. If it was all one and the same, and not just that, it's to help maintain. When we're paying out 75%, guys, think about that. Do you think the last 25% is 100% profit for us? No. You saw our server room. That server room, just to cool that room, costs us about $10,000 a month. Okay. Then we have our development team. We have lots of salaries and stuff. So it helps keep the company profitable. But the main thing is it divides who's a reseller or an affiliate and who's a customer. Does that make sense? There is an auto placement, Bruce. Yes. I haven't used that. Good question. So the files sync in real time. Here, you know what? Let me share my screen because I have my GotBackUp running on my computer. Okay. So let me go. These are great questions, folks. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, you guys seeing my screen? Let me just go to GotBackUp here just so you don't get... Okay, here we are. Here is Can you see my screen, Mikey?
Yes, yes, yes.
Here's GotBackUp running on my Mac. So as an example, I just finished this PowerPoint that I'm doing for you guys. And because it's in one of the folders that I wanted to back up, it automatically synced to the cloud. So how do you do that? From here, you go to your settings. Now it's going to look a little bit different on Windows versus Mac. You come here and you can go and create another sync location. Okay. So you can add a sync folder. I've synced. So in other words, these are all the folders that I've synced. I click here. Okay. I choose what I want to call it. And then I can sync other folders from my computer. Okay. I'm not going to do that because mine's already synced. But what you can see here is every time it sees a new file on your computer in a folder that you wanted to sync, it automatically sends it up to the cloud. So this was automatic. I didn't have to look at it. I didn't have to think about it. I had these two things that I was working on this morning. They automatically got sent up to the cloud because they were in folders that I wanted backed up to the cloud. Okay. Very powerful software. So anything on the left of the software is local on your computer. Over here is where I can actually go over to the cloud. So this is automatically logging into the cloud here. And you can see I have lots of stuff backed up here. I'll let that just load up. There's lots in here, so it's going to take a second. There we go. So It's also like Dropbox, guys. Okay. So Dropbox, if I wanted to share a folder or a picture, I just click here. And there's a lot of things you can do. Go play with the software. You can't break it. Have fun with it. If I want to share, that picture was already shared. Whoops. You can also look at them this way if you want to. If I wanted to share this picture, I click here. I go, oh, it already is shared. I want to get, God, I've been sharing so many pictures. Whoop. Okay, let me see if I want to share this one. So here, I can go to get a link from here. So I can share the link. Okay, copy it to my clipboard, and then I can share that with anybody I want to. Okay, that kind of stuff. And by the way, we're big time into health and wellness. We have a private, beautiful gym in here, and that's in our private gym in our office here. If you want, I can give you guys a tour in ending that. Let me stop sharing my screen. Okay.
Possible times for the webinar. Yeah, we can throw that into the email, Central, Pacific, and Eastern. That's not a problem.
Okay. So you get people, if you're already a paid member, the power line is a marketing tool for you. Okay. So when you become a paid member, you move out of the power line, but you still use the power line as a marketing tool. So anybody who opts in off your GotBackUp tour and they're collaborating with you because you sent them a welcome email or whatever, say, don't forget to go to view my power line to see how fast the power line is growing. Okay. Let me come back to full chat here. The power line shows the company as a whole. Okay. So again, if you work the power line works for you. The power line is designed as a global tool for people to see how many people are upgrading and how well the company is doing. When they see a lot of people upgrading, put the answer in the text chat, guys. When you go in and your prospects see the power line growing below them and they see 46% of people upgrading, what does that make them want to do? Put an answer in the text chat for me. If they see 48 people and 52 paid members, what do they want to do? They want to sign up. Exactly. They want to upgrade. They want to get involved. They want to get engaged. They want to upgrade. Understand that again. What the power line does, if you work their power line, is it takes conversions from a typical 3% online to right now 46%. Guys, that's crazy conversions.
Insane.
You guys understand that? The power line is a marketing tool, which means if you don't use that marketing tool, you're probably not going to make any money. Exactly, Donald. We are sheep, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. We are preconditioned to live in community, to live in tribes, and to do what everybody else is doing, right? And like Linda just said, guys, it's $10 to protect all of your family's data, your memories, your legacy. Don't be like me and lose every single picture of your children from age of birth to 4 or 5, 6 years old. Put them into the cloud. So we have our own. Would you guys like to see a whole tour of the office? The minimum binary commission could be as low as 10 cents, Roman. It's probably not going to be 10 cents, but it varies depending on the profitability of the company. View my power line. Oh, in the members area. Yeah, we have it in a few spots, but we can certainly do that. You guys want to see an office tour? Yes or no? I only saw one office tour. Yes. You guys want to see an office tour?
Boom, boom.
Okay. So our tech room is a little bit dirty. I'll show it to you anyway. I'm going to keep it real because we were doing some renovations, but we do a lot here. But let's focus on GotBackUp. Okay, let me go and give you an office tour. You ready, Mikey?
Go for it, dude.
All right. So I'll do the explanations, but anyway, this is my office, guys. Thankfully, the storm kind of passed over. It's a little bit lighter. That always stresses me out to the max, even though we have uber redundancy.
Yeah, it looks pretty good out there right now.
Yep. So employees only back here. This is where I do all my thinking, guys, in the washroom. Just saying. Here's our staff kitchen over here. Okay. Staff kitchen. Over here is our staff lounge. We're ordering some new furniture in here, but anyway, this is our staff lounge where we kind of do our meetings and brainstorm and stuff. Okay. And again, guys, I'm a big believer in fitness. Yes, just to say, because people are going to ask, can I make money off the fitness system that you do? Yes, it's a customer for life, but I'm not going to talk about our fitness system right now. Let me go and turn on our other lights over here.
And you better make it to the server room, because I'm checking right now on the cameras, and Jerry skedaddled over there to get his console out of the way. It was parked in front of the...
So here's our lobby, guys. There's the entrance here. They come in the lobby. We have a really awesome fish tank. In that fish tank is turtles. I will tell people the story why I always love turtles. When I was born, I was horribly allergic to anything that had fur. Luckily, as I got older, that stopped. But because I was allergic to anything, I hated snakes. So the next best thing was to have turtles. So there's...
I remember that, actually. I remember that. You like 8, 10, 12 years old.
George is right over here. Anyway, you don't want to see turtles too much. A big part of what we do, again, our private gym. This is our private gym, guys. Okay. It's an awesome gym. If you ever want to come in here and learn more about health and wellness, you're welcome to come and visit us. So again, giving you a better perspective, that's our staff lounge. Over here is more of our gym. Okay. Pretty cool. Yeah, no problem. By the way, I have to give one small plug. Okay. My beautiful wife, Eve. That's her on the wall right there. She beat out over 100 women at the San Antonio Classic to become the Miss Bikini overall winner. And again, I don't want to distract you, but I'm just showing you everything. So we're coming into another place. Every place that's employee only is like Fort Knox. Everything you have to kind of, you can't get in here, even though it's a private gym. And then over here is where the magic happens, guys. Here's the server room. This is where the magic happens, okay? Everything's done in-house. So server after server after server, okay? And the way we do it is you have what's called your cold aisle and your hot aisle. If you look above me right here, those vents you see up there are spitting down cold air right here, right strategically in front of the servers. The servers suck in the cold air, and that's how we do the cooling. Cold aisle versus hot aisle. Here we have a big, massive printing machine. We do some conventional advertising as well. And I'm going to take you back over to my office. Our main tech room is dirty because we're doing some renovations, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. So I apologize for it being dirty, guys. I'm just giving you a heads up front. We'll finish those renovations in the next week or so. So coming back around again, so you guys see, this is our kitchen and the lounge. And
back to the cockpit.
Everybody waving at you. Okay, so it's a little dirty in here with all our photo stuff and whatever, and but keeping it real for you guys. So that is the tour. We're a real company, debt-free, and we're ready to help and serve you guys.
No third party. No third party.
With a global opportunity, right, Mike?
That's it.
So let me come back here. Let me stop the recording.